I left Detroit when I was 18. I got cut and rejected.
That's when I discovered my voice and was only like, ma'am, do you want cheese on this burger? Go to doubletoasted.com and do me a favor and become a subscriber. And look, you don't have to do it for you. Consider it a donation or something, but we get by on your subscriptions. We're so generous that we will actually give you 7 days for free. If you don't like it, you can stop at any time. Keep the audio, though. It's free anywhere. It's free on the iTunes, free on the SoundCloud. And I have a feeling, though, once you're listening, you're going to be like, oh, man, it sounds like everybody having so much fun. Give me some of that. I want some of that, too. So you're going to come back over here, and you're going to decide to subscribe. And when you do, you're going to do it many ways. I recommend, if you have an Amazon account, using our Amazon Pay button, putting in your username, your password, pressing send. Ooh, Sharonda, it's not just your birthday, but you feel that toasted goodness? Oh, let me start with this. You know, this woman cannot get no peace. For a woman who's a legend, a genius, and a god, the godmother of soul, not even the godmother, a queen. She's royalty, the queen of soul. Aretha Franklin. This woman can get no peace whatsoever. Man.
She can't get no R-E-S-P-E-C-T.
She can't even get the R-E.
Not even the spec.
Yeah, get the R for raw. Y'all motherfuckers out there just did. She was 5 minutes dead. And two Negroes in a barbershop started arguing about the dumbest thing. They started arguing about whether Halle Berry played Aretha Franklin at one time.
Sadly, not even an hour after Aretha Franklin passes away, an argument at a local barbershop about
which I never use.
Hold on, man.
How do you pronounce that word?
Barbershop.
By the way, why you got Brian Gumbel's cousin on there?
With that flat top. A barbershop.
They were a little bit embarrassed to say that this all started because one man was questioning the other whether or not Halle Berry was playing or had played Aretha Franklin.
Christ, man.
I love how she doesn't even want to say it.
Yeah, she was like, y'all ain't got no sense.
Yeah, she want to say stupid motherfucker so bad.
I love how he's like, not even an hour after
He was offended. Not even an hour after Aretha Franklin died.
And people are supposed to save this till the next day.
Two brothers sit, they were young and stupid. Two of them sitting up there, phones in their hand. None of them bothered to Google.
Computers in their hand.
Computers in there. In fact, it was two old Negroes on the news who said, shit, when we get in that point, we Google shit. Two old men.
Let me solve this argument right now. She didn't. She didn't play it.
That's what I said.
Y'all in the hospital for no goddamn reason.
That's what I said last night. You don't need no computer to tell you that shit. Give me your black card right now. We got this foolishness going on. And now this. Madonna, this was at the MTV Video Music Awards last night. She was asked to get up and say a few things about the Queen of Soul, and Madonna took the time to thank Aretha Franklin for letting her let me talk about myself.
Oh, she did one of those?
She went up there. It meant you. And here's the thing, man. I actually said, it's the internet. They probably are blowing this out of proportion.
Do you watch the shit?
And this is an edited version. She went on 5 minutes of
seriously?
unedited, unadulterated Madonna. These are just the highlights right here.
I left Detroit when I was 18. I can go back to getting robbed and being mistaken for a prostitute. Fortunately, one of my favorite albums was Lady Soul. I left for Paris, but I came back.
You know it's about Aretha, right? She like, oh, Aretha died?
How much you want to bet that whole time Guy Ritchie was somewhere watching this, just shaking his head and reciting it word for word?
Yeah.
Like, I have heard this. No, love. Watch what she does here. I'm going to say it with her.
Oh, yeah.
I remember this at my mother's birthday, my father's birthday, my parents' anniversary, my birthday.
Oh, no.
I left for Paris, but I came back.
I want to thank you, Aretha, for empowering all of us. R-E-S-P-E-C-T.
You know, now,
So really, Aretha Franklin's biggest contribution was inspiring Madonna.
was inspiring Madonna.
That's what I gleaned from
I
this.
want to thank Aretha Franklin for her allowing me to give you the gift of me.
That's why I said RCPCT me.
Yeah, and I like the way she got everybody at the beginning too. Notice the way she kind of trolled everybody at the beginning.
Aretha Louise Franklin changed the course of my life.
Oh, you thought people thought you were going to say history.
Yeah.
My life.
Life.
What?
Oh, yeah, you motherfuckers thought it was going to be about her, huh? Settle in. Lock the doors.
You didn't ask me to get up here and not speak about myself, right?
Yeah.
I love that shot where it pans out. You see the picture of Aretha. It pans out, just Madonna on there instead of Aretha.
At the age of 19, that's when I discovered my voice, and it was only like, ma'am, do you want cheese on this burger?
Right.
Is the internet going in on her?
Man, they are
that
going in on her ass right now, as they should, because she tried to come out and she tried to say, I'm telling you, I tried to give it the benefit of the doubt. Because before I saw the video, I started reading articles. I saw a headline. She said, listen, I did not mean to do a tribute. And here's one of the stories here. This is from USA Today. Madonna responds to the uproar. I did not intend to do a tribute to Aretha Franklin.
You ain't lying.
Oh.
Yeah, mission accomplished.
Yeah.
I meant to tell everybody.
Say.
I meant to read the first chapter of my bio.
But Corey, to be fair, Cicely Tyson really did inspire
Oh,
her.
she did. You got about 10 minutes. She says here, if I can find the quote here, she says here, let me see. I shared a part of my journey and thanked Aretha for inspiring me along the way. I did not intend to do a tribute to her. That would be impossible in 2 minutes. So you took 5 to talk about yourself.
That was only 5?
That was she did a 5-minute crazy ass rant about herself. So you had time to talk about Aretha. Don't give me that bullshit.
I said her name.
Yeah. Shit, her picture back here.
What more do you
What the fuck do you want?
What?
Her picture's back here. Aretha Franklin. And I didn't mean to do a tribute to her. I just wanted to say her name and show her picture.
She like, look, I gave her the whole goddamn screen. What more do you want? Shit.
She's up there bigger than me.
Yeah. If anything, she's overshadowing me. It's my time. But Aretha almost ate me.
This is my moment.
My moment.
Y'all love Aretha so much, why don't you dig her up? See what kind of show she'll do for you. All right, come on.
I learned to play guitar in Paris.
I ain't never seen her pick up one goddamn guitar in her
Not in
life.
my life, dude.
Not in her life.
Not in my life.
Now, it says right here, she says that would be impossible to do within 2 minutes with all the noise and tinsel of an award show. I could never do her justice in the context of that environment. So I'll just do myself justice. Talk about me.
Man, you could hear a rat piss on cotton in that room when she's talking. Everybody was like, what the fuck?
It really was. People
I'm telling you.
Man, listen.
I know just people going like, oh, here she goes.
Oh, yeah. Seriously,
Everybody
man.
that knows it was
Yeah.
like, oh, shit.
The internet, they went in, man. So you could see all the tweets that came out today. All these memes out there. Like, what? They say, is this about Aretha or Madonna? This does not sound like a tribute to me. Does Madonna know Madonna didn't die? They went in, man.
Oh, man.
They
I'm
went
sorry I
in.
had to die, y'all, but just so you know, it's something about my life.
Of course, Madonna manages to make this Aretha Franklin tribute about Madonna. I mean, and there's tons out there. Now, here's what I got to say. Because she's trying to pass it on. Ain't nobody getting left off the hook on this one. First of all, even MTV gets blamed for this. You brought a fucking narcissist on stage. First of all, like you didn't think Madonna would ever do this. What made you think? And here's the other thing. If it's true, that's even worse. If she's telling the truth about, because what she said was MTV asked me to go out and just say really quickly how Aretha Franklin might have influenced me.
Yes, really quickly.
Yeah, really quickly. But even then, just say that. Why the fuck you put a giant ass picture of Madonna on a jumbotron and then ask somebody to come out
You mean
and speak
Aretha
about themselves on how Aretha
You mean Aretha Franklin on Jumbotron? You said Madonna.
No. Well, see, she got me too. Got my mind watched. By the way, she's Spike Lee's son.
I was just gonna fuck you about that.
I know you were. That's a throwback to a couple weeks ago. I got your ass. You ain't gonna get me. I'll fuck with myself. No, they gonna put goddamn Aretha Franklin on a fucking Jumbotron and then have somebody come out and just say how you influenced me. You do something like that. That is a setup for a tribute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you look at it with her speech. You look like it seems like she's getting one of those honorary awards like they do at the Oscars or something. The way she's talking, just all about, and even they don't do that shit.
What she basically, and the way she said it, it's another way to say thank you, and another way to say without Aretha, you wouldn't have me.
Right? I wouldn't. Yeah.
This is pure bullshit. This is bullshit, man. And yes, I don't care what Madonna says. Madonna is at fault. I don't care if they told her come out there and say a few words about herself or Aretha Franklin or do a mixture of both. What she did was really turn this around to make it about her. And you know something? This is what happens. This is what I'm saying. MTV put a narcissist on stage. We see this today. This is a person whose career has been about me.
Yeah.
About steering things to my attention. This is what's going on with Kanye today with his crazy ass.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know. Somebody call.
Who that call my name?
Say my name 2 more times. I'm gonna jump out the screen. Looking like goddamn Wesley Snipes from Demolition Man. Anybody doing the remake? I'm ready.
Yeah, decades later.
Yeah, no, this is what's going on, man. This is this is what happens when you put a narcissist up there because. Madonna she was Kanye before Kanye. And there's other people who are like that, but these are celebrities who are used to people hanging on their every word, so they do make everything about them.
Yeah, well, she's got that kind of following, especially a lot of these pop singers who play to the LGBT crowd. They have almost a cult.
Oh yeah,
and they love that shit. Yeah,
and look,
all the drag shows about him and stuff like that. I'm not talking shit.
No, I'm not talking shit.
And I'm not even saying Madonna's a bad person. Madonna was really progressive with the gay community.
Yeah,
and she embraced them, made them a part of her of her culture, and put them out front and center. And so I'm not even trying to sit up here and judge Madonna as being a bad person, but I do think Madonna. And let me just say this. I'm not even trying to take away from the success of Madonna because a lot of people like to talk bad about Madonna and say Madonna ain't shitting no more. Madonna old. Madonna ain't doing this and doing that.
She earned everything she got.
She earned everything she got. I'm going to tell you something. A lot of people don't know. In the top 20 of best performing tours of all time, she has not one, but two of them. You can hardly see it right there, but number 7, she has the Sticky and Sweet tour. That grossed to $408 million.
That name is gross, but anyway, go ahead.
That name is nasty. So that's why people went. Sticky, sweet.
Do my favorite things.
I'll bring my McNuggets.
Yes. Bring my car around.
Throw in crunchy and you got a deal.
Yes.
Oh God.
Yeah, I can't wait for the chocolate and peanut butter tour. I'm on that, but also at number 16, she has the MDNA tour. Which brought in, I think what is that? $305 million, man.
That's tremendous.
No, it is. So nobody is sitting up here trying to take away from the success of Madonna. Madonna at one time was truly a force, a cultural force, for pushing the limit on things, and that's why she was a hero to a lot of people because she would push things. I mean, at the time, and yeah, and you know what? And I remember back in the day, she had the highest grossing documentary. I guess it could be called a concert movie too. But she had, you remember, Truth or Dare?
Yeah,
Truth or Dare.
I realize I haven't talked to you in a while, and I have no idea if you guys are coming to the show, what night, blah blah blah.
That was critically acclaimed, and plus people wanted to see the personal side, the private side of Madonna, which there was never any. It was up until Bowling for Columbine came out. That was the highest grossing documentary.
Is this the one with Kevin Costner or Warren Beatty?
It's both, I think.
Are they both in the same one?
Well, Warren Beatty should be in that one because if that was 1990.
Yeah.
That's when she was dating when Dick Tracy came out.
Yeah, and I think that Kevin Costner came in there too, and he's like, "Oh, I can't wait to see your little show." And she's like, "You motherfucker, I'm Madonna, my little show."
Did she date Kevin Costner?
No, she
came in
just
talking
pissed at
shit?
Kevin. Kevin Costner came in talking to her like she was a little girl. But yeah, she didn't. I don't blame her, man. I blame her for that.
I don't either.
But even this is a critically, there he is right there. It was a critically acclaimed documentary. I remember, like it still has like about 80%, 86% on Rotten Tomatoes. But one of the biggest criticisms of it is that people said, I do not know if I'm ever watching the real Madonna, even though she's pushing it as that. She's always, even when she's like crying over a family member or something, it seems like she's performing.
Sure. Right. Hey, Dad, I didn't talk to you. Money, if you come to my show. You know he coming to your show.
Yeah. She's at her mother's grave and she's dancing by the tombstone and everything. And people like, that's sweet and everything, but nobody bought that she never stops performing. And that's the thing about there he is right there. Yeah. God damn, he got that turtleneck and a mullet. I do not remember Kevin Costner like that.
I do not remember that.
Now you
ain't got no business saying nothing to nobody looking like that.
Yeah.
Let a motherfucker come in looking like that talking about, hey, I like your little thing. Bitch, you have a mullet and a turtleneck on.
Yeah, what's that thing on your head, motherfucker?
Yeah. Looking like you work at a bookstore. Right?
You look like a serial killer in that picture.
When's your lecture, Professor?
You know what? It's kind of funny.
He does like a serial killer. Looks like somebody with 3 first names.
Yeah. Who's it? Kevin Walker or whatever his name is. The dude that's right. But,
Gary Wayne Gary.
Yeah, but
Kevin Costner Jonathan.
She must have put that on Warren Beatty good because I love Warren Beatty. He's very handsome, but he still looks too old to be in that room.
He knows it. He's looking around like, I don't know what's going on.
I'm going to get some pussy at this show.
Shit. Warren Beatty probably even said, yeah, I'm just here at a little show.
He's like, bitch, you lucky.
This thing she does.
Yeah.
Chicks,
Yeah.
Look at
Look, I put your ass in Dick Tracy, bitch.
He knows. He's like, man, get that goddamn camera off of me before I go to jail.
I'm not even dressed right.
For my kids see me at this shit.
My grown ass kids see me at this shit. My kid's 35 years old. Look at me.
Oh, damn.
I tried to hide out on the side, too. They still found my ass. They told me this was VIP.
No, that wasn't me. That was you, goddamn. But that's what happens when life is based on doing everything for attention, man. I mean, even the way she came up, dressed like a goddamn shaman from Wakanda right now, look like she just sent Black Panther to the spirit realm. And it's like,
look at that. I want to take all that, put all that shit on.
You know what? Maybe it's not African, maybe it's Nordic, maybe it's a mixture of things, but it's like, it's still a call for attention. You know what I mean?
Yes,
Sure.
I do. Ain't nothing Nordic about that shit whatsoever. I'm going to tell you that right now, goddammit. Mystery's over.
Well, I'm just looking at them Viking pigtails right there.
Yeah.
I don't.
He those opera pigtails going on.
Yeah. Like, I mean, it looked like somebody just. You ever seen them world market stores? Like somebody just
a world market exploded on her.
Exploded.
Farted on her.
like she just rolled in one.
I didn't know she worked down on South Congress.
But everything is for attention, man. It's almost like it gets to the point where you've done that so long, you're like a child. You will do anything for attention, just to take the eyes off the room, no matter how silly it is.
And even to the point where somebody brings it to your attention, hey, this is kind of what you just did there. No, I didn't.
No, people just don't understand. And see,
because that speech she gave,
yeah,
outside of her managing to mention Aretha here and there, that's the kind of speech when you're accepting a Lifetime Achievement Award.
That's what I'm saying.
You're right.
That's
you're
when
exactly
you go
right.
into your history. Otherwise, you're waiting for other people to discuss what you've done.
You are exactly
it's
right.
gauche to get up there and blow your own horn until you receive that award.
You are exactly right.
She wasn't getting no award, was she?
No. She's the award she gave herself of a fine speech. But that's the thing that happened. You mentioned Guy Ritchie. This whole thing with Guy Ritchie, even that couldn't be authentic, man. She married Guy Ritchie, and I'm not saying they didn't love each other or anything, but because she says, well, I married a Brit, so I guess I'll be British too. Pip and all that shit. You had a British accent for a while.
Religion is synonymous with not asking questions. And what I call religious thinking is robotic thinking.
Get the fuck out of here.
Come on, man. You're from Detroit, goddamn.
You were from Detroit. You were just in Desperately Seeking Susan talking about where Susan at. You know,
Remember her excuse?
Well, I've been living in London for the last 6 weeks, so, you know, it rubs off.
6 weeks.
Yeah, it was
6
not that.
weeks.
I mean, I'm exaggerating, but
Okay.
I mean, you know,
Yeah. No, I know.
she can live in the next 20
I know.
fucking years. It's not gonna rub off.
No, it's not.
You
No,
already
it's
grown.
No, he was so
it's
happy
not.
to marry her because she had been such a big sex symbol. And then by the end, he was just so done.
Yeah.
By the time they get back from the honeymoon, he was like, God.
Talking
damn
about
it.
I got an accent after living here for a little while. If that was the case, every Mexican here in Texas would be speaking the King's English.
How old do you do?
Hello, yeah, taco, sir.
I'm not gonna go
No,
there.
I am.
I was old enough for that one.
Burrito. But no, I mean, you know, and so I get it. Pushing the envelope. That was her thing at the time.
Yeah.
And you know, even then, I would say there were moments where she would do it just with no cleverness at all, just doing it to do it, just doing it to shock. She would go. I remember she went on Letterman, David Letterman.
Oh, Jesus.
And she was cursing up a storm and everything just for shock value. But it's also a little something that she did. There's something nasty she did to David, too.
Wait a minute, aren't you going to smell them?
She gave him her panties, her dirty panties.
I'll take care of that later. It's
I
a
gave
lovely...
him my, come on. I gave him my underpants and he won't smell. That's not where they go.
No, believe me, that's
Come on,
where the
you-
underwear goes.
I know you sniffed that shit.
Yeah. First, two things. They were living nasty as hell. You know, as soon as the cameras are off, he dove under that desk. And second of all,
What? I don't want this shit. Yeah, wait till everybody's lazy. The garbage can.
No, he put that shit in the drawer.
Housekeeping comes in. No.
He wore them drawers like a face mask. You know, he was walking around looking like Jason with them drawers on his face.
And second of all, he did get her on that interview. You remember watching that?
It's been a while.
She was fucking with him left and right. And he was just rolling with it, just getting her.
David Letterman.
He said she was wearing a swimmer's cap because she had that black hair like that.
Yeah.
I remember that interview.
Yeah, but her ass looking like Morticia from the Addams Family.
She walked right in fucking with him.
No, she did.
You can see his face. He was like, "What the bitch?"
Yeah, she sat
Yeah,
down.
because she had that whole like, I'm gonna get him today, and I guess afterwards is the one where she's like, oh, David Letterman's an asshole.
Yeah, you know, because she walked in cursing and everything, and she expected David Letterman to lose his cool. And David Letterman was just sharp with everything. He's like, hey, look, you know, we here. I'm gonna roll with it.
Right.
You fucking up my show.
I already snipped them panties.
Yeah.
What else you got?
Let me see them feet.
Yeah.
I mean, you want to get nasty, bitch. Let's get nasty.
Put them toes in my mouth. Have her running out of there. Get out. Help! Get this man out!
Yeah, you don't know from nasty, bitch. It's my show.
Yeah, I like ass.
It's called late night, goddamn.
Yeah, man. And she did it. She came in doing that because she was trying to be shocking.
Sure.
From the very beginning, she was trying to be shocking, man. And here's something that's interesting. You didn't know when the sincerity was ever there. I'm not judging her for her sex life, but she did make her way through Hollywood with all the people that would lend to her celebrity. Sure. We got a picture of Tupac right here.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that.
Yeah, I wasn't joking when I said Tupac. I mean, it was a lot of people, man. A lot of people. And you know, and she
and also she a thug now.
Yeah.
She's British with Guy Ritchie. She's
Hey,
Queen Elizabeth with Guy Ritchie.
She's a chameleon.
I'm telling you because now she got the whole the nose ring in the picture.
Oh yeah, man. Who knows?
Trying to look all
That's
thuggish
wrong
and shit.
Yeah, she was probably Indian earlier that day. I don't know.
Got another look.
She was Indian. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with her. Shit.
Anyway.
Yeah, goddamn. They need to put it in the next movie. What's that goddamn James McAvoy movie?
Split.
Split. Yeah. You know what? I'm an 80-year-old black boy. but you know, she even went after Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
And a lot of people thought it was just a lot of people thought it was just her like wanting to be seen on a date with Michael Jackson. She was trying to turn Michael out.
Yep.
she was trying to fuck Michael, man.
Had that brother giggling.
She had him scared. Had his ass scared. It was now I don't think
Rightfully so.
and rightfully so. If you freak the fuck out of Michael Jackson, something's wrong. I don't know if you can hear this. This is Michael Jackson talking about like he wasn't a nice person. And I looked it up because I thought this might be fake, but I looked this up and it's true. CNN did a whole story about it. Michael's talking about just how fucking he's like. Michael just like that bitch is crazy.
That bitch is nasty.
She is nasty.
I mean.
Like, bitch, I didn't ask you. Did you notice that he put a little bass in his voice right there?
I didn't ask you to go to Disneyland. I guess where's Michael Jackson?
But seriously, do you want to go to Disneyland?
We're going to
what about Neverland?
Yeah, but we're going to Neverland.
Yeah, I like that. How he's all soft and gentle, baby. I ain't going to Disneyland.
Bitch, I didn't ask you.
All of a sudden, that nose came back.
No, he's weird out.
And that wide nose came back.
Yeah. You think Michael Jackson, you think I'm fucking weird. Michael said, I walked in, and you probably couldn't hear this. Michael said, I walked in, and she had all these spanky books, and he's like, why do I want to look at those? And then he said, she just kept trying to do this thing for shock value.
Yeah.
And then that's when he said, initially he said, I am not going to Disneyland. She like insinuating, she was bullying him, insinuating that we ain't doing this kiddie shit. We fucking.
Yeah, that's what she's saying. Yeah.
I didn't ask you to go. I wouldn't take you to Disneyland.
Yeah. Shit, they never let my ass back up in there. I brought you up in there.
Go to Disneyland no way.
Yeah.
You ain't gonna ruin this for me.
Read a newspaper, bitch.
You and me be going to jail.
They won't even let me back in Neverland, bitch.
She was bullying Michael Jackson, man. You know that's the thing with this whole situation. I'm not trying to sit up here and judge somebody for the life that they've led. As I said, Madonna don't owe anybody any excuse for the success in her life. She's done a lot to get to where she is, and she deserves it. But some other people deserve attention too, especially somebody that just died. And the thing with Madonna is, while I don't think you're too old to like push the envelope or to always go out there and try to break the rules, you are too old to be trying too hard.
Yeah.
That's the only problem I have. This right here is trying too hard. Yeah. It's too old to be that desperate.
Sure.
So
it's like Sunset Boulevard or something. I'm sorry, was that fucked up?
No, that was good actually.
I'm ready for my close-up, Mr. Ritchie.
Joe, Michael Jackson, no Disneyland.
If I felt like this was authentic, if I felt like this was real, then I would actually say, all right, that's just her, man. But this is her just trying to put attention.
Actually, it's more authentic than anything else, because usually she's out there where she's making out with somebody on stage. Where you're like, aren't you supposed to give an award out? Why you feel like you got to kiss?
She's like
jumping over Drake. Jumping over Drake and kissing him.
Yeah. Ain't you supposed to give an award? Like, hold on.
Drake actually literally looked horrified. You see that when she kissed on Drake?
No, I didn't see it.
He was sitting on stage and she just went, wow. And he was like, he was like in those movies, those little comedies where the guy's like, can't stop the girl. That's exactly what he looked like.
He made that Mr. Poison face.
So she was basically Pepe Le Pew.
Yeah. About me. Oh.
Le Pant. Le Pant.
Yeah, get off me. Crushing my rib cages.
I will say what did seem kind of genuine, and somebody gonna jump on me about this, was her and Robin, because they seemed about crazy enough for each other. When her and Dennis Rodman were together.
They did seem crazy enough for each other.
I'm just saying. I read the book.
The two biggest attention whores at that time.
Well, yeah, but I read the book, and the way they got together seemed kind of.
Kim and Kanye ain't shit compared to the two of them.
Oh no, man. They're the king and queen. They ain't got nothing on them.
Yeah, man.
They got the crown, baby.
Yeah. Of all time.
Yep.
Oh, right.
They were sharing the same closet, same clothes. Is that your dress or mine?
Like, even Madonna's like, why you stretching my shit out?
She's like, well, bitch, give me my boa.
His crazy ass flying around trying to get us to fall in love with dictators.
I'm telling you, I know. Jesus. Them red ass lips. Crusty ass pink lips.
I told y'all Kim Jong-un, he was a good guy.
A good man.
Yeah, good man.
Y'all just don't know.
I want the world to see this. I was persecuted.
Is that camera on? I don't see no red light, goddamn. Oh no, actually, the way he talks, I don't see no red light.
Let me see if you got the focus right.
Okay. Yeah, okay.
I hated this day.
Well, goddamn, this was This was the gruesome twosome one.
Yeah, well. Look at these motherfuckers, man. God damn.
This is the goddamn Rob Zombie movie right
Like, she is seriously one of those women that'll just morph into whatever their man is into.
I told you, man. Look at her.
Damn.
And that wasn't really his style.
No,
that's the thing.
Well, she had a vagina. That was his style.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Al Sharpton
fucked up
this brother.
Switch. No, he was trying to give like a subtle nod to Aretha Franklin after she passed away, and a jab towards Trump at the same time.
Oh Lord!
And he botched that shit bad.
Oh, let me see. I got it right
You know,
here.
it's impossible to aim two guns at the same time. It really is.
He's like, who do you think you are, man? Charlie, I'm fat.
Let me do that in the movies, but you actually can't focus on it.
Let me see here.
Go ahead.
No. So, in the words of my late friend Aretha Franklin, show some RESPICT. The next time. You get a black woman
Thank you, sir.
Yo, man, we all gotta show respect. Y'all better have that respect.
Man,
God
when
damn.
you're gonna insult somebody, you cannot misspell words.
You cannot do that.
Hey, Corey, one more time for old time.
Oh yeah. Oh hell yeah. I gotta see this again. Show some respect, Nick.
Do me a favor, man. Just do me a favor. For old time's sake.
This Negro. Right here. Motherfucker had a spelling bee.
Happy birthday, Billy.
Yeah.
God damn. Yes. That's the best gift I could have got.
This fool was at the spelling bee. Respect. RSPERCKOBS.
You're a blockhead, Charlie Brown. He went home on the bus.
That nigga came hard. Thought he was really saying something.
Really saying some heavy shit too.
You know what? He prepared that shit all day.
Yeah. He was thinking about it all day. Okay, so in the name of my late friend Aretha Franklin, show some PSIBFUHS.
BLT.
Some PLT.
Yeah.
And Mickey D.
Yeah.
Jesus fuck, dude.
The words of my friend Aretha Franklin. Show some PS4 Xbox 360.
Was serious than a motherfucker too.
I know.
I mean, looking dead into the camera. I know I'll spelling this shit right.
I'm gonna get there. I got this motherfucker. Watch this.
Afterwards, he was like, I said it wrong, didn't I?
Yeah. He was like, yeah.
So, in the words of my late friend Aretha Franklin, show some RESPICT. And the next time, I got you.
No, you don't.
No, you don't.
And notice he fucked up. He didn't even get past R. So some R.
And in the words of my late friend Webster, pick up a dictionary and learn how to spell.
Who am I late for? Aretha Franklin, show some R's. Look at you, social R's. You spelling this shit right.
Even Trump looking at him. Nigga, what? Look at
The next time you want to call.
Trump looking at him for real. Trump looking at him like you ain't got shit.
I was like, Trump was like, I was going to tweet something back, but I'll let this speak for itself.
I'm going to sit this one out.
Yeah. You know what? If that's the one time I would have been happy for Trump to send something out.
Right.
You know, hey, hey, Al, much respect.